The other one's lighter. It's still soft, but it's lighter. Okay, ready, set? Oh, I didn't bring out my... Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Heyoka. Excuse me, empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things, these little monologues. Sometimes we get a little two-way action going on, huh, Mom? When Mom likes to chime in, she'll chime in every now and again. We'll start having conversations about things. Monologues. It's pretty hot here today in northern New Mexico. I saw in Redding and Sacramento on Thursday. It's supposed to be Redding, man. It's so fitting as to what the temperature is doing. These trends are doing, because Redding gets pretty hot. When I lived there in 1999, when I was trying to lose a bunch of weight, because I always ate my feelings, to get into the Air Force, it's all a crock. It's all a crock. It's all business. And you figure that out quickly. See, I was 26 when I went in. I was old enough. I wasn't like this little 18-year-old kid right out of high school. I people would say that I was a screw up. I postponed adulthood. And so, when I had a workout regimen that I would do to lose weight to get into the Air Force. I lost like 36 pounds in less than 3 months, and I would have direct, frank conversations with Mark, the recruiter, because I was like, dude, I'm one of those. This is my last option. You don't gotta freaking give me a bunch of bullshit, because recruiters are known for feeding people, telling people whatever they want, pretty much. They're salesmen, man. They're car salesmen, only for your soul, only for your body, your person. And then when you sign you enlist, you're freaking giving up your right, all of them. You give your body, wholeheartedly to the United States government. They get to inject whatever shit they want in you and do whatever they want to you and test you this kind of way and do that, and it's really quite gross. Really. Anyway, so Redding back in 1999, they had a heat wave. It was over 11 days that the temperature was 11. I think it was 11 consecutive days. Maybe it was 10 consecutive days that the temperatures were over 110 degrees. And I'd still do my route. I wouldn't necessarily run, because I hate running. So I put that off as long as I could. And still in basic, you don't really run that much. You run a mile and a half. But and a couple times to build up to it. But I mean, I was prepared. I was ready enough. So, I had this route that I would do 3 times a day. I'd get up at 5 in the morning and do it. And then I'd do it at noon. And then I'd do it at 6 in the evening. And it's 3.2 miles, and sometimes I'd put a plastic bag on, because you could lose more water weight, sweat more. And in that, man, 100 freaking 10 plus is freaking hot. And now they're seeing temperatures like that again. Oh shoot. Have the fires begun yet? Have the fires started yet? See, it's breezy outside now. But it's that part of time of day that it's still hot and warm and stuffy in here, so I got the AC on for Mom and all the critters. You pretty comfy, Ma? You pretty comfortable? Yeah. We just got to jack up the volume on Longmire a little bit extra over the fans, but it's definitely worth it, huh? It's a lot cooler than it has been in other places we've lived. So, yeah, and then a buddy of mine, he drives a propane truck in Northern California, and he gets to go all over and take some of the prettiest pictures of, of Northern California all over. And he was up at Bridge Bay today. It's sad to see how low the lake is this early going, I guess we're about 6 days from the first day of summer. Still, it's early to see the lake as low as it is, because the lake is low. And it's just really hard not to try and freaking think about how the future is going to be. It's going to be a challenge for a lot of people, man. I was thinking about that today, how much time I spend, doing stuff with water, because I'm back to filling up the jug again, because I just think the water is too hard here. There's too many minerals in it. So I'm back to hauling water again. And then I filter the water for the cats outside and the dogs and stuff like that. Actually, the dogs, they're getting all filtered water now too. But so for cooking and stuff, I'll just use filtered water, and then we have our drinking water. But I spend a lot of time doing stuff with water, filling water, making sure critters and moms have clean water source, because there's things that mom just doesn't I put the water here and the water there, but she'll still fill it out of the sink. So I just got to clean it out every now and again, make sure that she's not drinking sink water, because there's straight up literal rocks and sediment and stuff in it like that. So anyway, people are gonna have their chance to experience what the world is like in a very challenging way. They're going to have their chance. People's lives are going to be impacted more and more by supply chain issues. Don't be surprised if the stuff that you love, you see it go away, and then you just kind of wonder, remember that product? Whatever happened to that? They just stopped making stuff. Or they stopped buying it or getting it or whatever. So, but Mom and I are pretty used to our taste being pretty simple, huh, Mom? I think Mom's pretty content as long as she has vanilla ice cream. I went ahead and made grape floats today with vanilla ice cream, and then went ahead and put some crushed grape soda in there. And Mom was drinking. I was like, hey, give me that, because I'll share stuff with Mom to try it. And then she'll try it, and then she'll try some more, and then she'll try some more, and then I'm like, hey, wait a minute, that's mine. But she liked it enough to try it a lot, the grape float. So, because I just like experimenting with stuff too, and I assure you, some of my concoctions, they do not come out. They are not good. Some of the stuff I come up with, I try it sounds like, oh no. It could have gone either way at the farmer's market when I got that ginger, apple, and garlic juice. But I would get a large one of those. Alright. So, the imposed storylines that are going on today. Let's see. Not enough employees. People aren't working. People don't want to go to work and do stupid stuff. While the CEOs and the bigwigs of the company make freaking exorbitant amount of money. Well, I never understood that. I'm like, why do the people that bust their backs, that freaking get their asses kicked every single day to make the operations work. And then it's like, the more, as you are in things longer, the less you do, but the more you get paid to do. It's weird. It was always, this world has always been backward to me. It's always been very backward to me. I've struggled in this on this planet my whole life. I just have witnessed situations, and I've just thought, well, that ain't right. Well, that ain't right. And I'm the frickin' goofball that'll just chime in and say so. That ain't right. And people don't like it. People don't like it when you question their beliefs or question their way of doing things. Well, of course it's right. This is how we've always done it. Because this is, like, this scamdemic has been great for lazy people, man. I'm not a lazy person. I've been... God's been having me go within for 4 or 5 years now, to get a better connection with Him for what's happening now in life. But I'm not patient. I love adventures. I love going out and being around people and stuff like that. And there's a lot of other people like me, that recognize and realize that humans are very, very social animals. And when you take that away, as many people, have wanted it and asked for it. Oh God, I would love to just stay home and do nothing and just, not have to go to work. All these people wishing for that, and how many of them did that come true? How many of them, careful what you wish for? It is amazing to me how fast the world is changing. And it's like the tunnel in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's going faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And it took me a lot of years to be able to go with the flow. And people are like, you don't like change very well. And I'm like, no, I don't like change because that's all my life has been. And it's usually the people that say, you don't like change very well, are people that are freaking lived in the same house, had the same job, never left the town they live in. Everything is the same to them. I would have loved to have a life like that. I would have loved like that. I would have liked it if there was a timeline where it's like, after I did my 6 years in the Air Force, I went to college, I got my degree, and I wanted to go back to Reading, just make like, $15-20 an hour, put in a good day's work, and then just like, veg out and just like, I don't know, go for drives in the evening and fishing and stuff like that and hanging out with old friends, but that's not how it was supposed to go. That's how my last idea I used when that got me to Oregon. That was my last idea. And so I don't go by my ideas anymore. Now I just go listen to the guidance and direction of God, and got us to Arizona for a few painful weeks, and then over here in North New Mexico, and so far it's been pretty nice. I gotta go tomorrow and get more curtains, and I'm probably gonna get another fan or two, because today I have a blanket down on the floor and I put that over there because it's like there's a time of day between like 3 and 4:30 or something like that, and the sun's just right there, and then there's a pocket. It's just like a pocket of heat that just lingers in front of that window. So today I folded this comforter thing up and put that over the window, but I need safety things to attach it, So we're getting there. But I gotta do things to make it more comfortable for Mom and the dogs, I don't want the dogs to be all panting and stuff like that when we're inside, But it cooled down. It was a lot cooler today outside. There was cloud coverage and stuff like that, and it was breezy. So Anyway, other crap in the news. That's why I was like. That's why I started about thinking about the heat in Reading is, but the people don't understand. They glorify all these freaking military. They go, and it's like, dude. There's at one point that judges gave people the option to go into the military or go to jail. So I mean. The criminal mind, man. It's a slippery slope, but it's not what nothing is what it used to be, and people are figuring out that it's that what we really did get duped. We got us people that are like, for whatever reason, went in, thinking we're gonna do a good thing, and well, some really weird dudes, cokeheads, a lot of cokeheads and stuff like that, saw Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom when they were kids, so they're like, let's reenact all this shit and let's go after all this treasure, and freaking started bombing freaking these poor little countries and all these other countries and these other lands, and all these innocent people died. And I'm so freaking, what's up with Assange? Why don't they just let that guy out? That is so weird to me. That is the guy that's in prison. But God hasn't been winning for the last. People keep talking about how God's gonna win. I'm like, well, he ain't freaking been winning. He ain't been winning the last 15, 20 years. I mean, I see where God's working in my life, but like as a collective, as a whole, I look at God as the congruent as the people that are looking at God and recognizing God, glorifying God and loving God and talking about God. How many people do that? Are they as many people that freaking have false for profits? All the people that love their pro sports, all their people that love their famous movie stars and their famous, all these people that are perpetuating the Lucy fairy tale theater? Huh? Is God bigger than all that? No. As a little girl, there's a movie that I loved it. Oh God, was the movie with George Burns. Maybe that's why I like hanging out with older dudes, because they'd always remind me, they always felt safer, You should, if people get a chance, they should check it out sometime. There was Oh God, and then like Oh God Book 2, and then Oh God You Devil, or something like that. But yes, the world is a much, much different place. Now you gotta freaking keep an eye on things, man. Now they are doing creepy, weird shit right out in everybody's faces. That covenant that was walking around the G7 summit, that in itself, every year, I just think about, like, I guess even Boris, the Prime Minister of the UK, he could have fucking taken a train. See, the G7, it's like to talk about all the big concerns of climate change, and like how, the powers that be, and how they're gonna save the planet, right? All these rich people, they couldn't fucking change a tire to save their life, right? But they're gonna come up with the ideas, right? They just have been told yes their whole entire life. So all of their ideas, even the bad ones, they get told yes about. So they implement all of them. And this guy freaking flies his private jet 234 miles instead of taking a train or something, because that's how important they are. Do as we say, not as we are. Total fucking hypocrites, man. Freaking rich people are so fucking annoying to me. The filthy rich. Go live in a cave. Go live in middle, or just go. Maybe some of us will make a viable, cool planet, because y'all freaking ruined it for a lot of people, man. Rich people freaking don't have good ideas. They lack imagination. They very, very few are very creative. And it's just like, man, it's just an imbalance, and it's not, and it's just we need to have a change in management is what we need. A big old huge worldly change in management. So it'll happen. It's gonna happen. 'Cause people are burning themselves out, man. Yep, they're burning themselves out because you can't. You people can only put on facades and airs and freaking lie about who they are. And look at all the fakers out there. More people are so fake. There's just more people are going to be found out for who and what they are. So I like to let people know, dude, I ain't all love and light. So a lot of people think I'm a freaking total dick and an asshole, and I can be if I'm not freaking balanced. Some days I don't even give a shit, and I got a freaking chip on my shoulder too. Those are usually days that I stay home. Because mom didn't raise a dummy. It's easier to stay out of trouble than get out of trouble, huh, Mom? Yeah? Anyway.